we are to write the following ratios in their simplest form. That means we write them using whole numbers with no common divisor between them. So starting with the first one, it is 2/3 to ratio 4/5. The first thing we do is to remove the denominator. And to do that, we have to multiply both sides by the LCM. The LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. Therefore, we multiply both sides by 15. That means we shall have it look like this. And these 3 cancels here 5 times. So 5 times 2 gives us 10 to ratio. Then this 5 cancels here 3 times. 3 times that gives us 12. So that is 10 to ratio 12. We realize there's a common divisor of 2. So we can divide both sides by 2. That gives us 5 to ratio 6. You don't have to indicate or to perform the actual division. You just do it mentally. You divide both sides by 2 and you write the resultant ratio. Now, here is the second ratio. We have 1 and 2/3 ratio 2.5. The first thing we do is to write this in improper fraction form. So we have 3 times 1 giving us 3 plus 1 gives us 4. So the first ratio is 4/3 ratio. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So this 5/2. So this one now appears like the first one we have just done. The LCM is 6. So multiply both sides by 6. And you realize 3 cancels here twice. 2 times 4 gives us 8. So that's 8 to ratio. This cancels here 3 times that gives us 15. So that's 8 to ratio 15. And you cannot simplify this ratio any further because there is no common divisor. The third question is 0.4 to ratio 0.6. How we make this one a whole number is by multiplying by 10. You realize we multiply by 10. If we multiply by 10, we shall change this to whole numbers. So if we do that, you realize that this becomes 4 to ratio 6. And then upon scrutiny, you realize there is a common divisor, which is 2. So divide both sides by 2. That gives you 2 to ratio 3. Because 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. And 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. So this is the least form of this one here. The least and simplified form of this. The fourth one is 0.2 to ratio 0.4. Now for this one, you realize for us to change these two numbers, we multiply by 100. If we multiply by 10, this will not change the whole number. So we multiply by 100 on both sides. So that will look like this. 100 times this gives us 20 to ratio. This times this gives us 4. Then you realize 4 is a common divisor. So 20 divided by 4 gives us 5 to ratio. 4 divided by 4 gives us ratio 1. So that gives us 5 to ratio 1. What we have done is that we have taken the common divisor, which is 4, and divided both sides. So 20 divided by 4 gives us 5. 4 divided by 4 gives us 1, and that's the least form. The fifth question is 25 minutes to 1 hour. Now for us to perform ratio, both units must be the same, or the two values must not have a unit. If they have a unit, then that unit must be the same. So this one is in terms of minutes, this one is in terms of hours. We have to change hours to minutes or minutes to hours. So in this case, if we change this hours to minutes, 1 hour 60 minutes. So this is like saying 25 minutes to ratio 60 minutes, because 1 hour has 60 minutes. So the moment we have achieved writing both sides using the same units, we can do away with the units. So it will be 25 to ratio 60. We have done away with the units because we are having a common unit. Then you realize 5 can divide both sides. So 5 divides here 5 times, and it divides here 12 times. So this ratio can be simplified to 5 to ratio 12. That is the list form. The next question is 2,500 cubic square centimeters to ratio 1.25 square meters. 2,500 square centimeters to ratio 1.25 square meters. The units are not the same, so we either change this to square meters or this one to square centimeters. If we change this to square centimeters, we know 1 square meter is equal to 10,000 square centimeters. So 1.2 square meters will be equal to this 1.25 times 10,000, and that gives us 12,500 square centimeters. So you can now write this ratio as 2,500 square centimeters to ratio this one here, 12,500. Now you notice the units are the same, and therefore we can now ignore the units and concentrate on the ratios themselves as 2,500 to ratio 12,500. Then you realize 2,500 can divide both sides. So when you divide this one by 2,500, you get here 1 ratio. This one gives you 5. That is the list form. Thank you.